Hello, folks. Welcome back to Ferox Frank Reviews. I want to apologize for last week, the way I sounded. If you sound like I, if it sounded like I, well, makes it sound like shit, it's because of the fact that I had a bit of a sore throat and I wound up having a really bad cold for a couple of days after that. Hence why I didn't do any other videos last week. And well, Rex did suffer a little bit of that as well, but he surprisingly healed a lot faster than I did. I don't know. I guess it's because of the fact he's a dinosaur. Do the math on that one. But anyway, today we're going to review a kaiju film, an American kaiju film, which by all means pissed everybody off because we all thought it was a Godzilla film. Nope, it wasn't. It was the start of an American kaiju or American monster sci-fi franchise called Cloverfield. And I don't like it. No, I don't. Okay, to be fair, we didn't even know what the hell this movie was originally called. It was released in 2007. But the thing is, when the first trailers for this movie dropped, everybody thought it had something to do with Godzilla. Like, okay, what do you mean by that? I mean, what are you talking about Godzilla? Because, well, there was Godzilla's movies were actually retired at the moment. I mean, Godzilla was actually retired at the moment, right, Frank? I mean, is that true? Yes, it is. But here's the thing. Now, the trailer actually showed pieces of what was happening and dropped several hints here and there. But the thing is, it was in New York City, and what was the last Godzilla film that took place in America? And where did it take place? New York City. The American Godzilla film from 1998. And it was almost like the 10-year anniversary of that film. So let's face it, naturally, we assumed it was the sequel to that movie. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm really not going to lie. But that would have been a better film than what we just got. This movie was just an overriding pain in the ass headache for me. So, what's this movie about? Well, it's actually about partygoers surviving a monster attack in New York City. That's about it. Oh, seriously, all joking aside, I would have rather reviewed the movie Dark City here, which I hear is 100 times better. But, ugh, I gotta do fucking Cloverfield. Okay, to be fair, it's been a while since I saw the movie because I saw it last week and I hadn't seen the movie in a long time. I think maybe since the first, maybe like I don't know, maybe a year or two after it came out. Well, that was like the last time I saw it because I did see this movie in theaters. All joking aside. Anyway, our main characters are Rob Hawkins, Beth, let's see, Jason Hawkins, Rob's brother, Lily Ford, who's actually Jason's fiance, Hud Platt, who's played by T.J. Miller. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know people are going to hate this movie even more now, right? You know he's accused. I mean, you know what happened with with T.J. Miller recently, right? Fuck. T.J. Miller. Wow. Amongst all people, this was. Oh, yeah. Everybody hates T.J. Miller now. Oh, you want to know what the worst part is? This was his first movie. Yeah, this was his debut film. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Why couldn't they get Ryan Reynolds for this part? And we have our Marlena, who's Hud's crush, and she's played by Lizzie Chapman. Ch- yeah, Lizzie Kaplan from Masters of Sex is actually in this movie too. In fact, that's her in the back of the box. Huh, huh. Yeah, kind of weird. And what's even more weird is her name is top billed in this thing. Oh yeah, that's that's great to know. Considering the fact she dies over like over an hour into the movie, it's a long story. What can I tell you? Oh God. Ay, ay, ay. Let's get on with it, shall we? The movie starts with it just being beat. By the way, I should mention all this is actually camcorder footage. Yeah, it's a found footage style film, which honestly is not a bad idea for a movie. Look, I'm not against found footage style films at all. In fact, the most famous found footage film of all time is the Blair Witch Project, and not gonna lie, it's a film that's actually on my list of movies to review, but I don't have a copy of the movie, physical or digital, by any means. But it's a movie I do want to review. But today we're going to look at Cloverfield. And I know what you're thinking. Why is it called Cloverfield? Because that's what the monster is called. It's called Clover. Yeah, it's called Clover and Field because Manhattan became its home. It's fucking stupid. The movie basically starts off as found footage, but it actually says it was actually the footage was actually found from a camcorder that was actually found in the remains of what used to be Central Park. Wow, this is not starting off great at all, is it? The movie basically begins with our main character Ryan and Beth after they just slept together. Yep, it's a nice little couple thing, and then it switches over to Jason and Lily for some reason. Yeah, they basically fuck around with the footage too much of this. So basically, if you actually had camcorders or had a VHS recorder back in the day, and you used the whole cassettes. Here's the thing: some people actually wind up taping over things on cassettes before, so it wasn't really uncommon for people to actually record something on one cassette and record something over it, though. But every once in a while, you stop the recording and spit up the footage a little bit, though, and you see something else from the original that was originally on the cassette, and then hit the record button again. So just be prepared for some stupid shit like that throughout most of the movie. So they're basically getting ready to throw a party. I should mention this: the footage of Beth and Ryan, that footage the lovely footage of both of them together. Here's a bit of a fun fact. I just looked up on Wikipedia saying that they actually are supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Here's the thing: if you watch this movie from beginning to end, you'll know for a fact that they were actually best. They were actually longtime childhood best friends, and they had just had sex together in the beginning before the movie started. So yeah, they decided to actually, have an entire day together. Just be an actual couple, see how the whole thing turns out. But unfortunately, instead of seeing the whole day turn out, we actually see this entire monster tragedy thing happen. Yep, in for loads of fun there. All right. And I should mention this footage actually was taken like back in mid-April, and the later footage that we actually see is actually from late May. All right, which ironically is supposed to take place around the same time the movie was released in too, which is kind of weird. But hey, what the hell, right? Anyways, so we wind up watching them actually getting the party ready, and then we actually skip to the party and we see TJ Miller's character, HUD, where he's our cameraman and our narrator throughout most of the movie. And while thankfully we don't see him throughout most of the movie, we just hear his annoying voice, which doesn't really help much. Ugh, okay, just you can do this, Furox. You can do it. Okay, so the fact is, like, they actually go around the party. It's a surprise party, and it's because of the fact that Ryan is actually going to Japan. And all right, and Beth actually does show up for the party, but the thing is, like, Beth and Ryan are a little bit estranged with each other because they actually haven't talked in weeks. And while Beth was actually she brings somebody with her, and that was actually her date for the night. So, And people were like, "Oh, did you know they had sex or something? Oh, they had sex, like they had sex, like they had sex." Like you hear HUD talking to people about all that. It's like, dude, okay. So a lot of people are like, "Why the hell are you saying all this?" It's because the well, I think whoever wrote this on Wikipedia did not even realize the fact that okay, one, they're not boyfriend and girlfriend; they were longtime best friends, and they decided to go on a date for the first time after they had sex. So, yeah, whoever wrote this Wikipedia page really needed to watch the movie again, or just did not give a shit, honestly. Eventually, like Beth leaves the party, and the guy and Ryan actually goes out for a bit and decides to just to have some time to himself a bit. Jason and Hud actually console with him, saying doing all the times brotherly love thing, and then disaster strikes. Well, violent earthquake actually winds up having a massive rumblings happening. So they go up, they hear like something happen, like there was a tanker explosion that happened in the middle of the New York harbor. It happened in the harbor. They go up to the roof and see what would happen, and there's actually massive explosions in the distance. Well, and then all of this is actually on while they're on top of the roof, mind you. So what happens? They go straight down the ground level, and they hear tons of more explosions happening, and well, another explosion happens there. And guess what happens? We see the Statue of Liberty's head coming running down, sliding down the street, and people yelling, "Oh my God!" Hunt turns, he sees part of the monster's shoulder or something. Monster's shoulder, and it just goes away after that. And they hear like some massive rumbling, and they all hide inside of a convenience store, and the monster literally just walks right by, walks right by, and they have no idea what the hell it was. The HUD says, "Hey man, I saw it, man. I saw part of it, man." And it flips over to the footage and and clearly he showed them the footage, and it goes back and forth between the Beth and Ryan day to going to Coney Island to back to that night. Like I said, folks, this is gonna be a fucking headache. So Wars came in and they decide, okay, we're gonna evacuate the city. Okay, we're gonna go evacuate the city. So they make it straight to the Brooklyn Bridge. And yes, if you actually watch the American Godzilla film, you know for a fact that's where Godzilla died. Well, I'm sorry, Zilla died. You know what? Honestly, I'm really not gonna lie, but I would have preferred seeing this in the movie instead. But no. You know what we saw instead? Actually, I'll get to the monster a little bit later, but here's the thing: they get to the bridge, and well, they separate a bit though because the fact that Ryan gets a call from Beth, and it turns out Beth is actually in her family apartment building, which is actually one of the buildings that's actually down that's close to Central Park, where the beginning of the movie took place in. And he stayed behind to actually get the call in on the. And well, Jason's a little bit further up on the bridge, and he's standing on one of the pillars, yelling at them, "Guys, come on!" And then the monster's arm comes up out of nowhere and destroys the bridge, Jason along with it. So yeah, Jason's dead. Wow. Oh, that's just fucking great. So they make it back in before the entire bridge collapses. And while Ryan is trying to understand what happened to the call because his phone is dead, so he runs into an electronics store and he actually charges his phone. And while HUD is actually just running around telling everybody, "Guys, what the fuck y'all doing in here? What the hell are y'all doing?" And then he watches the TV, he turns the volume up, and he's seeing that the military is fighting the monster, but we don't see the monster clearly. And they're fighting little parasitic creatures that are coming off of it and just randomly attacking the monster. And here's a fun fact: this fight is taking place 10 blocks down the street. So that's not good. No, sirree. No, it's not. Anyway, so yeah, Lily and Marley. So Lily and Marlon actually want to go along with them. I'm just going to call her Mar from this point on because it's ridiculous. So Lil and Mar actually go along with them, and it turns out that Beth actually called because she's stuck in the building and she needs help. And well, okay, Ryan just lost his brother and he doesn't want to lose her too. So he says, "Okay, I'm going to go back there and go get her." Why? Because he loves her. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I would do the same thing too if somebody did ask her to do that too. I mean, if it's an old friend I've known for years who I love, I mean, yeah, I'll probably fucking do it too. So it's understandable why I would do it. So the entire gang just goes walking down the street, and eventually we run into the monster. Yeah, the military fights them. We see the military find the monster, and what does it look like? Well, not Godzilla, not Zilla by any means. No, it's this fucking thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is fucking stupid. This is Clover, folks. This is the monster Clover. And you want to know what the worst part is? It's a baby. Yeah, this thing's a fucking baby. God damn, this thing's over 200 feet tall and it's a fucking baby. Oh, you want to know what the worst part is too? Yeah, here's an artist rendition of what the baby and the adult looks like. Yeah, baby, Liberty, Statue of Liberty, adult. What the flying fuck? Seriously. Oh, and you want to know what the worst part is? You want to know the original concept design of what these creatures looked like? Yeah. Here, when the movie was in its concept stage, this is what the monster originally looked like. Yeah, a mutated whale. This is what the creature was originally looked like in concept. Why didn't you stick to this design? Why? This is a way better design. I mean, come on. Even the nostalgia critic actually used this in his review. Though he didn't actually review the movie, so but you get the idea. So, and here's a size comparison of what the monsters are. We have baby, adolescent, adult, and the Statue of Liberty here for size comparison. Get a good look at that, folks. Get a good look. That's how big these fuckers get. Oh, you're wondering, oh, oh, Frank, does that mean this creature can kill Godzilla? Oh, Godzilla can't stand a chance against these things. Godzilla will make the adult his bitch in less than an hour, in less than 20 minutes. Why? Because he's the king of the monsters for a fucking reason. Oh, Ghidorah can fuck these things up easily. Why? Actually, let's just say about that the better because I don't want to talk about it because what King Ghidorah can do, good lord, I don't want to go into that. So you know, I'm getting a little bit off track here. So yeah, eventually, like the military actually fights Clover, and and our heroes they actually make it into the subway system, just dodging Clover's hand at the last minute. So as he was about to attack, as he was about to swipe attack them. Sorry, but I swear to God. So we get some small tension of like them stuck in the subway system, and well, Ryan is trying to actually figure out how to get to Beth's place. And he discovers there's actually a subway system that they're actually close to a decent subway system. They can make it up. All they have to do is go head straight down the tunnel, and they should be making it to one of the regular stations. Okay, great. So they head down straight down the tunnels, and yeah, get this. It's really dark, and the rats are actually running up behind them. Yeah, the rats are actually coming up. Wait, and yeah, the girls are like, "Oh, that's disgusting." Here's the thing: in a sci-fi or disaster film, when you see rats running away from something, that's not a good sign. It's like, wait a minute, they're running away from something. Okay, if they're running away, we should probably move our asses. We should probably follow the rats. I mean, you ever seen the movie Titanic? Follow the rats. So yeah, eventually, like Ryan puts the night vision on the fucking camera, and we see these parasitic monsters that came off of Clover, and they start attacking our heroes. Now, Mar actually gets bit pretty badly, and they actually take her to someplace safe where they try to treat the wounds. And well, she's not actually doing so well. All right, and this is Lizzie, and I gotta say, this is actually Lizzie's character amongst all things. And I must stress you, Lizzie's name is literally top billed here in the credits. All right, and in the end credits, her name is top billed too. Anyway, they actually head down one of the subway tunnels when they make it to Bloomingdale's, and it's converted into a hospital. And we see a body, and TJ actually, and ironically, HUD actually reviews a body with its chest exploded from like something out of Alien, with its chest exploded like something out of Alien. It's like what the fuck? It's like okay, this is a PG-13 movie, and this is like an R-rated scene already. So okay, so they tell them that they're here trying to actually get to this one, trying to get to Central Park because that's where Beth is. And then, well, Mara actually says she's not feeling good at all, and they actually zoom to her. And you hear one of the medics yell out, "We got a bite! She's been bit!" And okay, this whole scene is fucking all right. This entire scene is beyond fucking chaotic. So they actually take Mara into this one area, and we actually see her explode. And it was actually in the Wikipedia page, but if you pause it, you can see she actually did explode in the back. So yeah, in terms of the parasites actually infect people, and they make people explode, like explode something out of the chest. All right, so clearly her chest exploded, as indicated we saw from the corpses earlier in the scene. But good God. And mind you, this is like more than an hour. We're over an hour in, and Lizzie's character is killed off like that. Wow, you just killed off your top billed actress, literally. What the fuck? Unbelievable. Eventually, one of the army colonels tells the guys tells our heroes exactly where to go, but they tell them that the last extraction is going to be somewhere around 6:15 in the morning. Like around 6:15 in the morning to actually get people the hell out of there because there's going to be a massive air raid on the monster soon. So they actually make it out of the subway and head over to Central Park, where they find Beth's building, and it's literally leaning on another building, like so. Her building is actually the one that's collapsed into the other building, just leading into it. Um, yeah, okay. Well, we try. Let's go. Oh, you're going to the building. Fuck, going in the building then. So yeah, they make it all the way up to the building and actually make it across the Beth's building. They find her. They actually find her impaled on something, but surprisingly missed her major organs. Ironically, impaled in the stomach. They actually get her out, and then they make her way down. And as they make their way down, guess what happens? Clover's actually on his way down in that area too. So yeah, the military continues to fight Clover as our heroes make it down to the extraction point. Yeah, they make it all the way down to the extraction point. Lily is actually on a separate chopper to get her out of there. So, bye, Lily. Yeah. Why you live there? I have no idea. Okay, I know there's actually okay. I know there's a bit of a joke saying that the black person always dies first in these movies, but she lives. Lily's black and she lived all the way through the end of the movie. Great. Probably should have made her actress the top billed actress. Unbelievable. So yeah, HUD, Beth, and Ryan actually get on the last chopper, and as Clover's literally closing into the military. So yeah, they actually make it out, and they and HUD is actually literally watching Clover being attacked by the airstrike. All right, and okay, the airstrike goes as successful, and we think that's the end of Clover, right? Wrong. If you saw the beginning of the movie, you know that did not happen. So yeah, Clover actually uses one of his long arms to attack and hit the chopper, amongst all things. The chopper goes down. HUD, Beth, and Ryan both get out. HUD drops the camera, amongst all things. He goes against the camera, and there's Beth and Ryan are both screaming at him. And he's like, "What?" And he looks all the way up. Clover is literally standing over him. I'm not joking. Like Clover just goes, "Hmm? Yep, yep." He devoured. Okay, it's not clear exactly, but I think it's obvious what happened. A lot of people are a little bit concerned, were unconcerned what happened. Here's exactly what happened. All right, Clover actually completely does actually wind up attacking HUD. But here's what happened. Clearly, he bit down on HUD, but he chomped him in half. We don't see it, but HUD's top half portion of his body landed back into the park, still holding on to the camcorder. And well, and we see him die. but we don't see we don't see the full extent of his damaged body. No. So that's what I believe actually happened. Like Clover literally chomped down on him and chopped him in half, literally. So that's why I believe actually what happened. Not to mention he got thrown several hundred feet away. So there's that. And either way, Hud's dead. So, so yeah, Ryan grabs the camcorder, and he and Beth actually hide in one of the actual underneath one of the bridges, as another airstrike actually comes in, and we have to see that one portion that was in all the trailers, uh, where he says who he is, and he and Beth say who they are. Exactly, they both confess each other's love, and the movie just cuts right back to the beginning portion of the movie where they're actually going to when they went to Coney Island and they're on the Ferris wheel. And if you look closely in the distance, you see something crash in the water. Yeah. They, now it's indicated that that was actually Clover, right? No, that was actually a satellite that actually hit close to where where Clover was resting. Supposedly, it's unclear, but supposedly also the Slusho brand of soda that's actually in the movie also has something to contribute to it as well, because there's actually a special feature that's missing in this DVD. But it's actually in the mainstream, but it's actually in the collector's edition DVD or the Blu-ray, where we see that there's actually a an oil refinery that actually gets destroyed, and that's where Clover was actually sleeping the whole time. Either way, that was it. So the movie ends right there on the spot, and we finally get to listen to music for the first time in the movie during the end credits. And as the credits roll up to the last portion, there's a there's ad lib there's somebody ad libbing in the background, but it's actually if you play it backwards, you hear that person say it's still alive, and that was Cloverfield. And why couldn't we have this sequel instead of this fucking garbage? I swear to God, I did not like this. Oh God damn! Seriously, ironically, joking aside, I'm not joking when I say when I went to see this movie in theaters, the biggest complaint I've heard, where the hell's Godzilla? Seriously, that's literally the one thing I heard throughout the theater, and it wasn't me talking. It was like everybody else yelling, "Where's Godzilla? Where's Godzilla? What the fuck?" So yeah, oh good lord. So yeah, and oddly enough, years later, we actually got years later we got Godzilla 2014. Ah, one fuck up there. We got Godzilla 2014 years later. And all I can say is that movie was better than this piece of crap. And here's the thing, found footage aside, I'd rather see found footage from Godzilla 2014 than this fucking thing. Ugh, yeah. I wouldn't recommend watching this movie, but then again, there are people who do like this movie, so watch it at your own risk if you want to. Me personally, I did not like it. No, I did not. No, sir. Not me. No. Nope. Did not like it. Honestly, I would have liked the movie a lot better if we had that giant whale monster in there instead. Why? Because that's a nice design. All right. But instead we get this stupid quadrupedal design that's been used multiple times in multiple movies. Hey. And you know what's even more stupid? Have you seen the new Jurassic World or a trailer where we see the T-Rex design? Guys, for the love of God, get a new design. Oh man, honestly. Now, you want to know what the worst part is too? This is actually part of a franchise. We have Cloverfield, we have 10 Cloverfield Lane, and we also have and we also have Cloverfield Paradox. Now, some people said that Super 8 was technically a sequel, but no, it's actually technically a spiritual remake. It's actually like a spiritual remake or something of this movie, but it's a little bit weird. All right, Super 8, I can tolerate. All right, seriously, Super 8, I can literally tolerate that movie because it actually wasn't that bad. This movie, I couldn't tolerate it. No. And there's a fourth film coming out too, which is going to be a direct sequel to this movie. And I know what you're thinking, Felix Frank, you don't do current movies that are still have current films in development. I made an exception on this one, mainly due to the fact it's almost 20 years old. At this point, fuck it. At this point, I might as well do the Karate Kid film series too. Even though Cobra Kai's finished, and we got like another fucking Karate Kid movie coming out at this point. I may get to that sooner or later. Yeah. Anyway, sorry for me being a little hysterical at this point. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch a comedy film. That's right. Like I said before, Michelle Trachtenberg actually died last month, and I actually reviewed Crimson Tide, which was a Gene Hackman movie. So I'm gonna review one of Michelle's movies. The only problem is the only film I have of hers is actually Euro Trip. So yeah, tune in next time when we'll look at Euro Trip. Anyway, which will probably be later this week. So this is Felix Frank signing out. And don't worry, I'll do another film after that. What movie would that be? Shit, I don't know. Maybe one of these movies over here. Who the hell knows? Anyway, y'all take care now.